Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel, and welcome back to some more Modern Warfare Remastered. It never ceases to amaze me how the Call of Duty 4 formula, a game that came out over 12 years ago, can still be so fun even today. Like, going back to play this game is so much fun, and it's actually going to tie into today's video just a little bit, because today's topic is, what if Call of Duty 2019 is not Modern Warfare 4? We all know it's going to be Modern Warfare 4. All the leaks, all the rumors, all the industry insiders, they're all pointing in the same direction. Everyone is saying it's going to be Modern Warfare 4. But what if it's not? Right? What if it's not Modern Warfare 4? What if we have been misled this entire time and it's actually Call of Duty Ghosts 2? Now, this is actually inspired from a tweet I saw last night from Prestige's Key, which he put out that tweet and basically everybody was like, oh my goodness, it better be Modern Warfare 4. What happens if it's not Modern Warfare 4? And that's what I want to talk about here today, because what if it's not Modern Warfare 4? What if we end up getting Call of Duty Ghosts 2? Because, to be honest, guys, even though we're playing Modern Warfare Remastered here today, and I'm being reminded of how much I love the Modern Warfare franchise, I would not at all be against the idea of Call of Duty Ghosts 2. I think I've actually discussed this previously in the past, even though Ghosts was not my personal favorite Call of Duty game. In fact, I would say Ghosts is one of my least favorite Call of Duty games of all time. I would be all for a Ghost 2, because if you think about it, Modern Warfare 4 and Ghost 2 would be almost interchangeable from a multiplayer perspective. They would both have modern weapons, they would both be set in a war-torn world, they would both be set in roughly the same time period in different universes, but the universes are pretty similar. The only big difference between a Ghost 2 and a Modern Warfare 4 would of course be the single-player campaign, and then of course the factions and the characters that we see in the multiplayer. If you think about it, they could show us a reveal demo right now where it's like a war-torn city with modern weapons and modern kill streaks and modern everything, and all they would have to do to switch that between Ghost 2 and Modern Warfare 4 would be to change around the factions and change around the announcers, right? That's how interchangeable both of these settings are, because it's been so long since we had a proper Modern Warfare game or a proper Ghost game, right? That's why I'm personally okay with the idea of Call of Duty Ghost 2. Don't get me wrong, I want Modern Warfare 4, I want that setting, I want them to have those characters and those factions and those callback weapons, but Ghost 2 would not be that bad, at least in my own personal opinion, because even though the first one was pretty bad, in my opinion, it was pretty freaking bad. I did not like Call of Duty Ghosts all that much. At least they tried, right? When it came to Call of Duty Ghosts, I fully believe that Infinity Ward intended for that game to be their next sub-series, right? They wanted that to be the next Modern Warfare trilogy. They wanted that to be the next Black Ops series. They wanted that to be the next big thing for the Call of Duty franchise. And in my opinion, the universe that they created with the characters and the world and the setting and everything else, I feel as though it was a good setting, but the game it didn't really stick that well because of all the changes that they decided to make to the traditional Call of Duty formula. Like, for example, the graphics, which were just really rough around the edges. You had ideas like the SATCOM and the guard dog, and they revamped the prestige system, and they changed up so many little things about the game that, for one reason or another, it did not strike a chord with a lot of the community. Some of you guys may remember, some of you old school long-term Call of Duty fans, you may remember that back in the day, after Ghost came out, maybe call it 2 or 3 months afterwards, everybody went back to play Black Ops 2. Like, Black Ops 2 had more active people on the Xbox 360 and the PlayStation 3 than Ghost did on the Xbox 360, the PlayStation 3, the Xbox One, and the PS4 combined, right? Like, more people were playing the older Call of Duty game, even though the new one was only a couple of months old. And when that happens, that looks really bad for the dev studio as well as Activision, and as you may or may not know, Call of Duty Ghosts was the final game where they showed us player count, and it's because it was so embarrassing for them that the previous Call of Duty game had more people playing it. So for one reason or another, Ghost 1 just did not strike a chord with the community, but the ideas behind it were interesting. The world behind it was interesting. Everything about the game was interesting. It just kind of fell flat on its face, and that's why I think if they were to make a Ghost 2, they would learn from those mistakes. Call of Duty Ghosts is like a 5-year-old game at this point. Infinity Ward has seen a lot of things since then, and I feel as though if they were to make a Ghost 2, it would actually be a pretty good game because they would take the Ghost formula, like the idea of the world and the factions and the characters and the idea of dynamic maps and field orders and brand integration DLC like we saw with Michael Myers. They would take all those really cool things from Call of Duty Ghosts and then add a bunch of Modern Warfare stuff to it and then make one big super game. But because we know it's going to be Modern Warfare 4, because there's virtually a 0% chance we're getting a Call of Duty Ghosts 2, I do hope that when they give us Modern Warfare 4, they introduce some of those ideas from Call of Duty Ghosts, because there's definitely a lot of good that came with that game. There's a reason why so many of us played it for so long, even though it wasn't really that great of a game. There were some good ideas there, right? And again, dynamic maps and field orders and chem strikes that would change the map and alter the map in different ways, and brand integration DLC, like having Michael Myers and Predator. That was so freaking cool. Like, I still probably will do a video about why the Call of Duty Ghosts DLC was the best we ever had in the Call of Duty franchise. But yeah, there were so many good ideas with that game, along with all the bad ideas, and if they take some of those good ideas and introduce them into Modern Warfare 4, that would be pretty good for the Call of Duty franchise, at least in my opinion. But ladies and gentlemen, that's all I have for you guys here in this video. I just wanted to have a quick little discussion about what would happen if it was Ghost 2, because in my opinion, it would not be that bad of an idea, but there's no way they're going to do that. Ghost is going to go down kind of like Advanced Warfare, right? Like, the Advanced Warfare world and the story and all of that was pretty interesting, but there's no way we're ever going to see a sequel to Advanced Warfare. We'll probably never see a sequel to Infinite Warfare either, right? These are all just one-off games. If there's one thing we do know about Activision and the Call of Duty series, when it comes to making games, they want a series, right? They want the next Modern Warfare trilogy. They want the next Black Ops series, right? That's why we have 4 Black Ops games. We're about to have, 4 Modern Warfare games, and World at War technically ties into the Black Ops series. The reason why they do all this is because it's much easier to make a new game on this annual schedule if you're just building off of the same universe and the same characters, as compared to coming up with a whole new universe with whole new characters, a whole new IP every single time. They don't want to do that. It's a lot more work, and also, typically those one-off universes don't do nearly as well as the established universes, right? There's a reason why we only got 1 Advanced Warfare, 1 Infinite Warfare, and 1 Call of Duty Ghosts. It's because those games really did not strike a chord with the community like the Black Ops games and the Modern Warfare games, or even the old school World War II games, which is why we got Call of Duty World War II. They know that fans wanted a game set in that time period once again. That's why we got Black Ops 4. It's because they knew that fans wanted another game in the Black Ops universe, and now that's also why we're going to be getting Modern Warfare 4. It's because they know that we want another game in the Modern Warfare series. They tried their best. They wanted Call of Duty Ghosts to be the new sub-series. They wanted Infinite Warfare and Advanced Warfare to also be their own little series, but it didn't work out for one reason or another, which is why they're going back to what they know and what fans actually like. But ladies and gentlemen, that's all I have for you guys here today. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please drop me a rating and let me know down there in the comments, what would you think about a Call of Duty Ghosts 2 over Modern Warfare 4, and what features from the original Call of Duty Ghosts do you hope to see them add to Modern Warfare 4? Leave your thoughts and feedback down there in the comments. Thank you guys all so much for listening, and I hope you guys all have a wonderful day.